Hello everyone, today we're going to be learning how to add and subtract multi-digit numbers using the standard algorithm. Have you ever had to add up money while shopping or figure out how much change you should be getting back? Those are real life situations where addition and subtraction are useful. By the end of today's lesson, you'll be able to solve multi-digit addition and subtraction problems step by step and understand why each step is important. So before we begin, let's go over what we'll be learning today. First, we'll practice adding multi-digit numbers using standard algorithm. Next, we'll learn how to subtract multi-digit numbers, including how to regroup when we need to. And finally, we'll talk about ways to check our answers so that we can be confident that our answers are correct. So let's solve our first problem together. The first thing we do is line up the numbers by place value so that the ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands are in the correct columns. So this is going to be our ones, our tens, our hundreds, and our thousands column. We're always going to start with our ones. So 5 plus 8 does equal 13. We write the 3 in the ones, and then we're going to carry that 1 over to the tens. Next, we add the tens digit. So 4 plus 7 does equal 11, plus that 1 that we did carry over gives us 12. So we're going to go ahead and add that 1 to the hundreds column, and then we're going to bring down that 2. 3 plus 2 is 5, and we add that 1 that we did carry over, so that gives us 6. We're going to bring down that comma, and 2 plus 1 is 3. So our total answer that we got is 3,623. Now let's try subtraction. Just like before, we line up the numbers by place value and begin with the ones place. We cannot subtract 2 from 8. And when we try to borrow from our tens place, we cannot take anything from a 0. So what we're going to have to do is now borrow from the hundreds place. And this would originally be a 13, but because we're taking and we're adding to the tens, this is going to be a 12. And instead of a 10, as this would normally be, because we need to borrow all the way, remember we cannot take 2 from 8, so we need to borrow. So instead of a 10, this would now become a 9. And finally, we need to turn this 2 into a 12 so that we can finally do our subtraction. So now that's a 12. So now 12 minus 8 is 4. So we're going to bring that down to the ones. 9 minus 5 is 4 again. So we're going to take that and bring it to down from the tens. And 12 minus 4 is 8. So we're going to bring that down. Remember to always bring down our comma. And 6 minus 2 is 4. So our total answer that we got is 4,844 here. Here are 4 tips to help you solve addition and subtraction problems successfully. Always line up your numbers by place value before you begin. Start solving from the ones place and move to the left. If you don't have enough to subtract, remember to always regroup. Finally, take a moment to check your work. Even small mistakes can change your answer, so checking your work is always a good habit. So now we're going to try ourselves. It's your turn to practice. So go ahead and pause the video and try solving these 2 problems on your own. Remember to line up the numbers carefully, work 1 column at a time, and check your answers when you're finished. Once you've completed the problems, continue to the TED Ed questions to see how well you understand today's lesson. Great job, and keep practicing your math skills.